Alright, what's up, man? So I'm just gonna be watching your play, talk you through some stuff.
Hard enough last round.
Does Reaper's ult go up?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, if you get Sigma, you can. Or if we get a big Sigma, you can.
Alright, so your normal things for Moira are gonna be your fade times and the use of your
Ryan, Zarya,
balls of drum.
Ana, May, Baptiste.
Her fade is for survivability basically alone, so if you're not using any dive here, you shouldn't have to use it unless your Ryan does a crazy job. Okay, right there. Not sure how high your volume is, but you should have been able to hear that Doomfist hit ground in the back, and then either fade to assist your teammate, which is a fine use of fade, or at least turn around to check on your teammate. So, like, to heal them in the air against Doomfist or something like that, because you can hear him drop here. And then you don't turn until long after your teammate's dead. So make that, if you have to turn your volume up a little bit higher, do that. But make that reaction time a little bit higher.
I got him.
That should be quick. Fine here.
You're down a healer, so play a little bit. They walled their Ryan. They walled their Ryan.
Good.
They are probably fucking raging.
Yeah, you're holding on to heal about half a second longer than you need to be. And that's gonna cost you a lot on resource, because you're already pretty low on resources here as the only healer alive. So if you run out of heals, someone's gonna die. So like here, your Ryan's full HP. Even if he's not full HP, the car's gonna heal him. So don't sit on him. You've got them behind. You sit a little bit too fast, hold on a little bit too long.
Bro, if I was that Ryan,
that's fine, but if you're looking to rank up, that's gonna cost you, man. Because now you're completely out of healing. Because you used it when there wasn't a team fight, and now the team fight's breaking out, and you're completely out of healing, and your orb is also on cooldown. So you have no healing output to lend to your team here. If they chose to engage, to hard engage here, your team would die. Off of your resource management. I'm not trying to flame you, but that's your job. So there, don't throw a healing orb, throw a damage orb to try to get some of your healing resource back. Nobody's low on HP, so that should have been a damage orb, not a healing orb. Now you're out of heals. There you go, now you're back.
Get that.
Slow on that fade. So you couldn't have saved that McCree. If that Doomfist was aiming at you, he might have been able to kill you at that point. Fade should have been a little bit quicker. Just watch that back.
Get that. Oh.
Get more reflexive on that fade.
They probably can't.
Alright, so how you should use your orbs here is you see your Reaper on this part of the screen is half. You can't really tell. He's lower HP. Both your tanks are in front within your primary fire range, primary healing range. So this orb should be targeted towards this Reaper, because that's the only way you can heal him. Because you're not going to fade in there to heal him. So just throw an orb in his direction instead of throwing out there.
I got a Discord on that
It's fine, just sitting on the cart, wait for it to cap.
You're fucking crazy.
Okay, now they have the
I'm good with that. If you fade, I'm not sure if you do. If you fade to engage here, you shouldn't. So your team is here, they're all full HP, there's no rush. Just walk. Because if you fade in here and then they engage right afterwards, there's a good chance of you dying. Yeah, so that shouldn't have been a fade. There's no rush here. There might be a rush if they now push into you and you don't have a fade up.
They're on double shield. They're on now.
Okay. Yeah, that's
They got cheated.
not the best orb. Not terrible.
You know how Sigma, like,
Don't do that. I know what I see what you're trying to do, but keep in mind that you just used your fade in a fine spot. That was a fine fade. That was a really good use of it. But now you don't have fade and you don't have orb. So you are completely defenseless. Your thing should be get the fuck out. Not... Ooh, buffering. Always fun. Not walk into their team.
you know how Sigma,
You're walking into their team. They easily could have killed you then.
So Sigma for me.
Don't walk into their team whenever you're down. All your cooldowns.
But like,
Yeah. What? This is nitpicking. Watch crossing in front of Ryan like this. The difference is like attention to you at a high rank for the coach.
No, you fucker.
Slow on fade. I know I'm just sort of picking apart your gameplay here, man, but I'm trying to make it to where you can improve. You should fade the second that Doomfist hits. Because you can tell it comes from this side of your screen. So there's... This side of your screen is out of range for you right now. So fade to get there, like, instantly. And then you can help keep your McCree alive. Because if you fade now, the 1v1 is going to be over by the time you get there. You're not going to be able to help it.
No,
Yeah, like that.
Oh,
You really want it. But not because you helped him. That fade has to be quicker, man. Anytime a Doomfist hits, fade. If it hits on one of your teammates, fade to your teammate and help. If it hits on you, fade away. That's got to be really quick. You're gonna get punished for that. Okay, so watch the kill feed. So they were down to Doomfist. You lost your Zen. Next kill is going to be what turns this team fight. So watch your kill feed. If I remember, yeah. So Ana dies here. Coalescence immediately. You now have the advantage. Press the advantage. Coalescence is a quick charging ultimate. You're out of heals. You have no healing left. You have your orb is down for right now. Just fucking Coalescence right now to push. So I call for it, you do it. But that should have been an instant thing. Do you get why that is? Because your other healer is dead here. You're out of healing. You just got the advantage. You gotta... Coalescence is a fast enough charging ultimate. Just invest it. Just go. You had the advantage. Just press it. This is good. Fine reaction to that. Just wasn't anything you could do there. Good job not aggressive fading. You didn't need to use fade there though. You're right next to cover. You're fine. Just walk to your right. Because if your Reaper needs it now, you can't get there.
Like a bitch.
Yeah, you just have to slow walk at him now. Don't use fade if you don't have to.
yeah, they do it to make up for the wall. Bro.
They're not punishing your fades right now. I guess that's because you're on attack. I'm gonna presume that you on defense gets punished more. That was a good fade. That was very, very good. Okay, there was a McCree to your right. You didn't turn and look at that. Your sound might be too low, man. I can't. I'm not sure. You can hear McCree to your right here. And you didn't turn to face or turn to help or fade away. Good fade. Ooh, watch that OS. Okay, you can't heal through shields, so that burned way too much of a healing meter right there. Can't heal through shields, and if it's at the end of the team fight, if general rule for Moira, if the team fight is over, use your healing orb to top everybody up, as opposed to healing from your primary healing source, from the meter right here, because you want this to be topped up by the next fight, and your cooldown is gonna come back by the time the next fight starts. Just a general thing. This is fine. Fade after him. Good. Good. Good use of fade. Good pursue.
Good.
I would stick with your Sigma here. A little heavy-handed on that healing there. Again, a little heavy. You're a little heavy-handed on your heals. Your cart's healing. You've got another healer. Heal him. Like, there's fine. But stop there. Don't keep using... Hold on to a little bit too long.
Shields about half.
I'm restoring.
Fine. Nothing wrong with that. I would pull left to start.
I'm dead here. Fuck.
Yeah, so they killed you. I'm not sure if Coalescence could have saved that. But you've got it up. No ults have been used. just use it to put pressure on the enemy team and to keep your team up. For this engage right here, would have been a fine time to use coalescence.
Mage trying to hold. I'm
As a
dead.
general rule. I mean, they got walled, they might have died, it might have been a waste of coalescence, but generally, in those sort of situations, I would emphasize it. Give your team the advantage.
That's it.
It's unlucky.
Peace wall.
Help. This signal.
See, that was a good work.
Right behind me, bud.
Oh, good. The fuck?
Good, I'm probably should have gone for healing before damage there.
Not good.
Okay. Fade. You faded late this time, and they punished you for it. So, you faded. You should fade now or a little earlier, and then pop coalescence to keep your team up. It should be like fade over here, coalescence your team to get them up to full HP before they hit the ground, so nobody dies. Every single time Sigma ults and you have your coalescence, do that. Because you fade, and then by the time you're out, you don't have the time to heal anything.
They're like,
So that time they punished you and your team for your coalescence or fade timing.
are these mailed yet?
I got coalescence.
No,
But
Blade
that's
beam.
fade timing is you get that down, you master more as kid basically.
Repair the damage.
That and her heal durations.
Mace is chilling here.
Unlucky fade. Be difficult sometimes.
I got one on you.
Okay, you got 2, and you're at spawn. I would not coalescence here, I think, because you've already got the advantage by a long shot. You already used Sigma ultimate. Just keep it and hold it for next fight. Okay, yeah,
Bro,
that's debatable. Honestly, one isn't better than the other. I think you would have wanted to keep it though. You gotta keep an eye on that kill feed. Because support ults are used to swing the momentum of fights.
I went tardy.
So you gotta know what the momentum is
Alright, we still
doing
got
before you pop it.
transfer, nail,
Got
and
trans.
shatter for afterwards.
Oh, that's awkward.
Touch from afar.
It's fine. Nothing I'm doing wrong here.
Injured again.
Go good.
Not. Freeze down left, brother.
They can't do this right now.
Good.
Freeze coming for the healer.
Good timing of healing orb. You have no clue what's happening behind you. So you see your Hanzo is here, right?
Touch from afar.
You notice that he's peeking up top. So him and Widow are now behind you.
Injured again.
You don't know what's happening
Freeze down left, brother.
They
with
can't
them
do this right now.
Freeze
for a
coming.
long
Healing
time.
back.
You gotta keep an eye on your backline. Just 180 here every once in a while, just to check and see the color of people. If they're green, fine, pay attention to the front line. But because your front line didn't need you right there, you should have been checking on your back line. Maybe one of them would have survived if you would have done that. Not Hanzo. I don't think there's anything you could have done about Hanzo. But keep an eye on that back line because your front line was not in immediate danger there.
Freeze behind us
I'm
still.
not good.
And now since you lost both of you, yes, there's no way y'all can take this. Not on this fight.
Back up.
I'll let you
trans
get dropped to the face.
For the final blow.
Good job pressing tab, keeping track of ultimates.
There was a flaw in my approach.
This is what it is. They got 2 shields.
Yep. Once again, keep an eye on that Hanzo's health behind you.
Your strength fades.
Nice.
Fucking okay. Good focus on the lamp, but nobody's in it. Look at your Doomfist up here, man.
Nice.
You should have been on top of him. Because he's in this, which is dangerous for him, and you have a very easy retreat, so fading to this wall is not dangerous at all for you.
Are you good in there, dude?
Yep. So, he died from his own overextension, don't get that wrong. He overextended. You could have helped him and covered him. But you saw it too late.
Go throw it away.
Yeah, it's a good try.
Holy fuck.
Good job focusing on the right characters. Nah, you put your ass behind a shield, man. Don't do that.
Holy fuck.
You put yourself behind Sigma shield. You're not hitting your team here.
Please heal me, please heal me, please heal me.
I'm trying, man. I'm not
Fuck
first heal.
here.
Not a lot you could have done there.
Damn.
It was unfortunate.
Oh,
Okay, what they use? They use May, Sigma.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Checking in.
Caster curse man.
Why are Sigma so pushed up?
Alright, so you're gonna want to use Coalescence early here.
I'm not dead
Try to
yet.
keep your team up. Yeah, they popped that beast ult. It's gonna wait that out. But as soon as this fight breaks out and your Ryan crosses their Riss's barrier,
Push with Coalescence.
pop Coalescence, because Coalescence will go through those shields your normal healing won't. Tad early. Focus on green. Good focus on land. Orb. Nice. Good healing firework. Unfortunate there. Nothing you could have done about that.
I almost got Shatter again.
Should have been on damage there. Him just dying off to the side is not your. Couldn't have done anything about that.
Okay, I got Shatter
That's
again.
fine.
What do we have? We have Doomfist almost.
Besides that,
Shatter.
early Coalescence. That was good.
Right?
Preparing the dust.
Fair enough. Follow your sick man.
Skill's about to bust. They fucking suck.
Ah. Come on, man.
Skill's about to bust.
Your Ryan gave the call if shield's about to bust. Even if you can't, you can see that it's kind of getting low. So he's about to get crazily bursted. Sit on healing, not on damage. Here. Yeah. That was
Then
that.
charge back and then Shatter.
That could have been a pretty major misplay there.
I will rebuild you.
Fade, fade, fade. Late. That can't be late. You know, do you get what I'm saying for what you should do with that?
I will rebuild you.
Fade. Yeah, that fade should have been much, much earlier, and then pop the pull left quickly to keep that signal up. Unlucky. Lived a long time, that was good. Alright. So if I'm gonna guess, I might not do all of round 2 because I feel like I've given you a good amount to work on, but we'll watch a little bit. I bet you're gonna get punished on fade timings on defense more than offense. Defense is just a more punishing place to play healer. Alright, let's see what happens. Nice. Orb at the door. Always good. Okay, so they have a fair.
They got a Pharaoh.
You should be pressing tab to see what they have.
we have enough to contest. That should be fun.
You should super see what they have.
He was almost half. He was almost busted. Yeah, I got them. Healed my dad.
They got Widow.
Watch it. Okay, look at what you're healing here, or what you're using healing on, and how much of your meter it takes up before the fight even starts. That, he was full HP there. That took that much of your healing away.
He was almost half. He was almost busted.
That, they're all full HP, that took that much more.
Yeah, I got them. Healed my dad.
Did it again. Low, you're not in range with that May. You can't heal her from
Got
there.
Widow.
Watch how you're using your healing man. That'll be the thing, like record your own VODs and go back and look at them. Just because now the fight started, now you're out. Shit. Okay. So Widow's here because you can tell by where the shot came from, right?
Not yet.
You saw the shot. Widow's over here on this side of the screen. You just used your defensive ability to get back here. So either camp out behind this truck where the Widow can't shoot you. You are very exposed here. Yeah, you just took a stroll back. You just took a stroll across that Widow sightlines. That is... You're lucky she didn't punish you for that.
Your power.
If you can't heal the Ana until you get orb up again, that's fine. It's better for you both not to die from like Widow's Islands.
And Ash up top left.
Blair, any heals behind you, man?
Fuck again. Yep. And that time you got punished for it. You can't walk across sightlines like that. If your Ana's in a dumb position and she's low, either heal her with orb. But if you have to cross that sightline, that's just not worth it.
Oh, get on what you did here. Come on.
Yeah.
We must all make sacrifices in the name of
Personne
science.
n'échappe à mon regard.
I'm gonna try to shatter on point.
I can contest them a bit, but we're gonna need some like GPS contests for those.
It looks like they're all pushing
Kind
forward.
of far forward.
Yes,
Good to go.
I'd be up there with your Hanzo, honestly. Because there's people.
Contest
You
them
can
a
tell
bit,
with the
but we're gonna
sonar, right? That there's people up here. There's a Fair and a Mercy up here.
need some GPS
Boxed
contests
in.
for those.
And a Widow.
It looks like they're all pushing.
I'd just stick with him. Heal him. See if he can get any kills. If not, fade out.
Forward.
I would
Go.
here I'd just be pushing with your Hanzo. You'd be more useful.
Touch.
Just
Can we touch? Oh, Mario,
Oh,
you're
you were
in
trying to
your
touch.
drone right now, though.
Yeah, okay. Disagreement in playstyles there. I would have backed up and held close on second. But I see what you're doing. Never mind. Yeah, and you gave your team a fighting chance here. Not bad. Not bad.
I'm not dead yet.
Okay, I wouldn't coalescence here. Good, you don't. Nice.
Oh my god, dude! What's healing them?
Alright, that was good, man. That was not bad.
I don't know how they're
That
fucking
changes my
alive. They don't die.
God, it's actually insane. They literally have a Mercy and a Baptiste, bro.
Get into position.
Nice.
You?
Good job using orb to minimize what it
We gotta
takes
contest.
to heal that.
Fuck, get GPS, man.
Ooh. Yeah, not the best fate. I'd coalescence here. Coalescence down, coalescence down.
Push in together. Pull up to the side.
Little right side, little right side.
They pop. They popped the window. That's what we deal with.
Photo with dead by sleep dart.
What the?
No, make sure to know your range for Moira's heal,
I don't know.
so
what
you
else
don't
I can
invest
do.
cooldowns or like walk into the team and you can't actually get to them. That's just a playtime thing. You gotta get really comfortable with her range.
Are we contesting or are we...
So here what you're gonna want to do is healing or point, and then get on it, and then save coalescence to survive. Not coalescence, fade. Yeah, that was kind of a dead fight. I don't want to nitpick dead fights.
That changes my thinking.
Good. That was a good healing work.
Help her on, help her on, help her on.
You're checking for Widow Silence. Not bad. Keep an eye on your Hanzo. As soon as your tanks are within like an acceptable range
Help her on.
of health, check on your back line. Because I don't know what HP is, but he's over there. And Farah was shooting rockets, that's why you faded out, so he's still in danger. Your wrist is fine. You gotta keep an eye on that. Check on the back line.
Widow's bottom right.
Yeah. It's hard to deal with, that's an awareness thing.
We must all
Bro, I
make
literally hit her and she took no damage.
science.
This game's a fucking joke.
Nanoboost is ready to deploy.
Good. Good job not using orb there, you're gonna need it for contesting. Nothing you can do about that. So you're gonna orb as your Arissa travels. Or, okay, as your team travels, orb their,
I'm gonna die.
like, them going in. Yeah. Okay. So unlucky game, but hopefully fade timings, holding on to healing a little bit too long. Make sure to use Coalescence for the right purpose, and have a purpose in mind when you're using Coalescence. And then, I don't know, orbs a little bit more, damage more in between fights to maybe get your healing resource meter back up, but mostly just comes down to how you manage it. Yeah, I think you have the potential, man. There was a lot of flashes of good things. You just got to do them a little bit quicker and a little bit more consistently. But yeah, let me know what you think, and yeah, play with you next time, man.